Using grain sugar, we use powder sugar over. We using all-purpose flour, we use cake flour. Because we did not use any leavening agent, we did not use soda bicarb, baking powder, nothing. We did not use any egg. We did not use any of those which make the cookie go lighter and fluffier. In this, we will use it. Okay, so we're using a lot more ingredients. Now, when you use a lot more ingredients, this machine is not good enough for you to mix. That is why we use this machine. So if you read the recipe, it says use a stand-up mixer and not a hand blender. In the other one, it said hand blender. Okay?
What's the reason behind it?
So this, because less ingredients, this needs less power, less strength, so it easily mixes. More ingredients, harder ingredients, needs more power to turn it.
But what if you don't have that one? Can you just mix
You
it?
can. But you will see it becomes difficult to move the ingredients.
But the product itself is fine.
Yeah.
There's no.
So, what does it say? Can I have the ingredient list?
175 grams light brown sugar,
175.
80 grams white sugar,
80 grams.
150 grams butter unsalted at room temperature, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 2 teaspoon vanilla extract, 20 grams malted milk powder, 1 piece egg room temperature, 270 grams all-purpose flour, 1.5 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, and 180 grams bittersweet chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip cookies. Okay, it was his recipe, he made it, it became very popular, and then there is this famous lovely company called Chips Ahoy who bought this recipe from him, and initially they named it as Wally's Cookies because they had some patent right agreement, and then they changed it. They removed Wally's completely, and then they said, and taste this.
Powder.
And you sieve it. Reason is, this is the leavening agent. This is what makes your cookie go lighter and softer and makes it rise. Okay. Always sieve the flour because you do not want any lumps in your cookies. You do not want any dry flour in your mouth when you're eating the cookie. Okay. Now, usually in this part of the world, there is no stones or anything in the flour. Usually it's very much foolproof. When you find lumps like this, try to break them up with your finger so that you do not lose any ingredient. And in most cases, it's very little, something like this that happens. So it's of good quality. The leavening agent is mixed with the flour, so the cookie won't rise in one side and be flat on the other side. It will be evenly mixed inside. Okay? So this is mixing. They tell us add 1 egg. My sincere advice to all of you: break the egg in a bowl. Do not break the egg directly. Two things. One, if you break the egg in this, you know if there is anything wrong with your egg. That's number one. Number two, while breaking the egg directly here, if a piece of shell falls inside it, tough luck, somebody is going to sue you. Because they're going to find it after you bake the cookie, how fresh the eggs were. Okay? So, what do you think about this malted milk?
Like with milk, but with texture.
Tastes like?
Just like milk, but it has texture, unlike milk.
So it has got what you
A
saying?
little bit combination of milk and chocolate.
No, it's got a little bit combination of milk and milk powder and milk solids which are externally added to it. Which this milk solids are actually roasted and then added to it. So that is why it creates malt is usually made any malt for even for beer. You guys made beer in the dining room class, right? They say you take barley and you malt the barley and make a malt out of it and then make a beer, correct? So malt is a process of enhancing. Even though this happens, which doesn't happen with the paddle, I prefer this. Okay? So you have a soft textured mixture with two types of sugars. You have leavening agent, you have powdered milk or malted milk, whatever you want to call. Okay, inside here. What happened? Somebody's dying outside?
Chef, 1 more minute.
No, let's take it out. Two and a half kilo of Callebaut chocolate, which is a Belgian chocolate, exactly same. You leave it outside, it turns like this. Okay? So, yes. Dark semi-sweet chocolate. Dark semi-sweet chocolate. Okay? Very different. Very different. This is not commercial chocolate that you get in the chocolate bar. Okay? No. It is much more healthier as compared to what you eat. So, all the chocolate bars that you eat, guys, all the chocolate bars that you eat, Twix, Mars, Kit Kat, what do you call, Coffee Crisp, all this, I shouldn't say rubbish, but all this what you eat is mixed with this chocolate. There are other things that are mixed. It's called cocoa fat, cocoa butter, milk solid, caramel solids, things like that which are added. Last ingredient, chocolate chip. Now, can you go and shout, yell at them? 30 seconds and done. Now, this is what is your measure for good baking.
Nice green, nice green.
Now, chocolate chip cookies, for best results, you can make the dough and keep it in the fridge for 24 hours. Okay? Two things happen. The brown sugar, the malted milk, okay, actually mix and make a darker color to the chocolate chip dough. So when you bake it, you see the cookie becomes slightly darker and more browner and a darker color. Okay? So it's always good to rest the dough. We do not have the privilege to rest it.
Actually, it's also easy.
Whatever you guys want to make, you can make. To 3 minutes, then we gradually lift and put them on wire.
270 na.